All right, it's that time again, time for another midweek video. And I'm thinking we talk about batons, mallets, and mauls. Let's get to it. For those that have been watching my channel and that continue to watch, you know I like to keep things as simple as possible. My famous saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Now I get the third degree sometimes and they say, well, your channel is just too simple. Well, here's my answer. If survival were real, should it be complex? Should you have 20 moving parts, run around half the day trying to find these parts to make an item? Or could one item be made to do several different things? Or think of it a different way, I can make this with 2 or 3 movements, or I could do the same thing and do 20 movements and sit there for an hour. So in my opinion, once again, if survival were real, it needs to be as simple as possible. And that leads into today's topic. Batons, mallets, and mauls. There are 3 different things that are made 3 different ways that at the end will do the same thing. So on that note, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and kick this off with a baton. Dumbed down, a baton is nothing more than a straight stick, roughly fingertip to elbow in length. It's about 18 inches, and nothing larger in diameter than is comfortable to be held in your hand. A baton is mostly used for striking. Let's say, for example, you carved out some wooden tent stakes, or you're carrying metal tent stakes or plastic stakes. You didn't bring a mallet, you didn't bring a hatchet, you didn't bring an axe because you're out there on a day hike, and there's no need to. Sticks are everywhere out in the woods. So a baton will be simply cut to the 18-inch length. Again, nothing larger than the diameter that you're comfortable holding onto, and simply be used to drive in some tent stakes. Roughly 18 inches, fingertip to elbow in length, and the diameter no larger than I'm able to hold on to comfortably. And the intent of this is to drive tent stakes into the ground. So with that being said, my only care in the world is that it's green wood, so that will last a little bit longer. Now let's talk about the type of wood. It could be poplar, it could be cottonwood, it could be hickory, it could be juniper, it could be oak or maple. In my opinion, that doesn't really matter because it's temporary. Once it's completed its objective or its intent, it can be tossed into the fire and you can move on to the next campsite. If you're in the woods, you're always going to have access to some type of stick or branch laying on the ground about this size. Now, let's test her out. So there's the damage right there from one tent stake. So imagine what's going to happen to this thing all the way around, hammering in 4 to 6 more. Like we already talked about, it's 100% expendable. What's expendable, you may ask? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Expendable is basically, imagine if you will, you're invited to a party, but no one really cares if you show up. That's expendable. And the best part is, you can take this, toss it into a fire, burns up, and you're down the trail. Now the main characteristic that separates a maul from a mallet is this striking surface on a maul is the rounded face. Think of woodworkers or people who work with leather. They all have a mallet or a maul. Some of them have both. A maul is actually used for, say you have a chisel, and you want to get into that piece of wood and make those intricate designs. You want that rounded face hitting that chisel as you work with it, okay? Another good thing is, say you have a pocket knife or your actual fixed blade knife, and you've made, let's say, a square notch or a log cabin notch, and there's some material left at that corner. You can take your blade, lay it in there. Once again, take that rounded surface of your maul and tap that blade in there and remove that material. You want it to last longer. So the key to making a successful maul is to have harder wood, hickory, oak, maple, things like that. So first you want to identify that wood, and then you want to cut it. The next thing you want to do is get the length. We want the diameter of our maul to be about 3 to 4 inches. So you want to take your hand, place it at the end, and make a cut or a mark right there. Then place it right next to that mark and make one more. This area here that's 3 to 4 inches in diameter is going to be your striking surface, that rounded face that we talked about. This section over here will perform a series of stop cuts and remove that material down to about 2–2.5 inches so you can comfortably hold on to it. From this point right here, you're about 90% done. All you're going to do is take your knife and smooth that handle out to your liking. And there's your maul. Once again, so simple it's stupid. We took a 3-inch diameter log, no more than 4 inches, 2 fists length, removed that material, and made it smooth enough to your liking. Now we can get in there with a chisel and do fine, intricate work. Or how about this? Stop cut, and we want to remove that chunk for a log cabin notch. I can now take my knife at a 45-degree angle, get it in there, pop that chunk. Do this side, pop that chunk. And then get in there and get the fine work done by removing that material to the corners. Being that it's a hard wood, it will last a lot longer than a baton will, and it looks pretty cool too. So now, let's go ahead and move on to a mallet. Now for our last one, a mallet. A mallet is basically a wooden hammer. Has 2 flush or flat ends, like this right here. One would be here, and one would be about right there. And that's your driving force to put in, let's say, larger posts for structures or fences, large tent stakes for bigger tents, yurts, things like that, wooden pegs, dowels, even wooden nails. Now, in order to make one of these, you need to have certain bushcraft tools. So we ride that slippery slope of intent. If I intend to go to the woods to make tools, but I'm bringing tools to make tools, you're probably going to have that tool. Make sense? For example, if I'm going to come out here and cut down trees, I'm going to have a larger saw or an axe. If I have an axe or a hatchet, do I need to make a mallet to drive tent stakes in or wooden dowels? Things like that. Now, in the example using softer wood, a metal implement like a hammer or an axe or a hatchet might destroy those wooden dowels or pegs. So yes, you're going to need to make something like what we're talking about, an actual mallet, so you're not damaging what you're trying to create. But just beware that if you're not coming out there with a certain intent, one, you're probably not going to be able to make the thing you want to make. And two, if you're already carrying something that can drive in nails, pegs, things like that, do you actually need to make it? So always consider intent and bring the right tool for the right job. In this case, we need to have some type of auger bit. This right here is a 3/4 inch diameter auger. We're going to locate on here where we want to make a hole and drill a hole straight through so we can fasten a handle to it. Then we're going to go ahead and cut our other end flush, and voila, we have a mallet. And there you go, a large wooden mallet. We have our two flush striking surfaces here and here. We're pinned here at the top, so when the wood starts to shrink, it shouldn't be a problem. This thing is heavy enough, you can get two hands on this, a lot of ass behind it, and actually drive in tent stakes, large wooden posts, or even large, long stakes for, say, a yurt or a hot tent, or even a large structure. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and test her out. And there you go, batons, mallets, and mauls. Like I said, all three are interchangeable. All three, in the end, can do the same thing if you force them to. But it's having the right tool for the right job and having the right tools to make the tools. Something to think about. Now, real quick before we get out of here, Survival Mastery Online. We have a YouTube channel. If you're a fan of mine, if you're a subscriber of mine, check it out. Survival Mastery Online on YouTube. Go there. October 15th, the doors open to the website. Currently on our YouTube channel, you're getting videos like Meet the Trainer, checking the people out who are going to be giving you the information. Tips, tricks, video shorts, video teasers. Get over there. Again, if you're one of my subscribers, get over there and subscribe. Hit that like button and then make sure you ring that notification bell. That way you're getting notified every time a video drops over there. Then take it a step further. Go to the video description box. You're going to see Survival Mastery Online YouTube, Survival Mastery Online, the website. Check that out. Click on that. Use this code right here, Sean 2024, and get that discount before the doors open. If you get in before the doors open, you have access to everything on October 15th. Once again, that code is Sean 2024. Check it out. There we go. All right, with that, all the gear in my videos can be found in two places. One, my Amazon affiliate page, and two, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my description box. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.